Hi everyone, this is Arohi from Pivot Technologies, and in this video I'll explain you practically how to store data in a database which chatbot collects from different users while having conversation with them. So let's talk about travel agency chatbot. See, the task of travel agency chatbot is to book travel for users. So this travel agency chatbot asks questions to users before suggesting them different travel options. It will ask questions like how many adults are traveling. Then it will ask like how many children are traveling. Then it will ask about budget. And there are such related questions which chatbot will ask when you want to start your basically when you want to book your travel. These kind of questions chatbot will ask you. So, see, the data which bot is asking us, the bot will store this data into a database, and on the basis of that data, chatbot will assist every different user as per their requirement. So, today I'll show you how to collect data from users and then how to store that data into a database. So, the database which I'm going to use today is SQLite. See, you can use other databases also like MySQL, and there are other options also. But today I am using SQLite database as it is a very lightweight, database. So before starting this video, I assume that you already know about intents, entities, and slots. See, and if you are not aware about these topics, then please check the video which I have mentioned in comment section that will walk you through the basics of chatbot, which includes intent, entities, slots, and there are other topics which will help you. And if you are already familiar with these topics, then you can move ahead with this current video. So see the output of this video, when you'll go through this whole video, what will you get? So this is the output of this chatbot. This is a screenshot, right? This screenshot is of a database, and this in this database, I have a table, and in that table, these are the different column names: travel date, travel period, trip type, adult, children, and budget, email, and phone number. See, these are the different details which I have collected from user by using chatbot, and then I have stored these details in a database. So if this is what you are looking for, then keep watching this video and like and subscribe my channel for updated videos. So I have developed this chatbot using Rasa NLU and Rasa Code. So that means we need to train our Rasa NLU and Rasa Code, right? So in our while making any chatbot, we have this nlu.md file. This nlu.md file is responsible to train your Rasa NLU, and this stories.md file is responsible to train your Rasa Code. So what we have in this nlu.md file, see, we have different intents. So these are the example intents which I've just shown you. Otherwise, our nlu.md file is over here. This is our nlu.md file, and we have different intents in it. So I'm not going to discuss all the intents. The intent on which we are focusing today is plan my trip, main menu, and grid. On the basis of these three intents, we will store data in a database, right? So there are other intents also, but for our today's class only, I'll be focusing on these three intents. So those three intents I have shown you over here. So the very first intent is greet, means if what are intents? Intent simply means what type of messages user is writing. So if this is a greet intent, and then main menu intent, main menu will show the menu to user of because this is a travel agency, right? Main menu will show the menu. And plan my trip intent means when user want to plan his trip, then user can write these kind of different example questions. So this is the stories.md file. Stories.md file is used to train Rasa code. And what Rasa code does? Rasa code reply to user as per their questions, right? So in this stories.md file, we store different sample conversations so that our Rasa code can understand what kind of conversations to have with users. So as I'm just showing you one conversation over here. So if user is greet, means if users say hi to bot, then bot will reply with utter greet. utter greet is a response which is stored for a bot. Bot will reply with this, and after greeting, then bot will show the very first message to user. And if user click on this main menu, right, then this is the reply which bot will give. And if user talk about plan my trip, then what will happen? We have one form with the name of trip plan form. We have created this form. I'll show you this form. Means if user want to plan the trip, then we will show this form, trip plan form, to user. By filling this form, user can plan his trip. So let me show you the chatbot. See over here, I'll show you the video of the chatbot, the functionality of chatbot, and see these are the different slots which we are using. So these are the slots. Slots are variables. Slots are just like variables. In normal programming languages, we have variables, and the task of variable is to store data temporarily, right? So in chatbot, we have slots. Slots are just like variables which will store the data which user will fill, right? So we have one slot with the name of adult and budget, and then child, email, phone number, travel date, travel period, and trip type, right? So these are the different slots. So right now I'm just running this video and I'll show you like we have all these slots used in our project, right? Okay. So over here you can see this is just greet. When user written greet message, machine or algorithm greeted. And then when user clicked on plan my trip, see now over here, when are you planning to travel, right? Means the travel date. So user is writing this month only. And then how long you want to plan your travel, how long, travel period, right? This data is getting stored in this. Then it asks for what kind of trip you are looking for. Then user selected relaxation. Trip type is storing this. How many children are traveling? Child slot is storing this. And then what is your estimated budget? We have budget slot which is storing this data. What's your best email? Chatbot is asking. So we have a slot with the name of email which will store that data. And then it asks for phone number. Phone number. Then we have one slot with the name of phone number which will store this data, right? So this is the task of slot. Slot will store all the details which user is filling over here. Slots are just like variables, right? So now the next task is, I have shown you the NLU.md file, stories.md file. We are working on this story only. This will store the data from user. Then we have domain.yml file. See, domain.yml file have data, means it will have the list of all the actions, all the forms, intents, entities which we are using. So if you'll see form over here, under forms we have mentioned that we are using trip plan form. Now where is this form? So this form is present in actions.py file. Over here you can see. See, first this is my action.py file. In this action.py file I have imported all the required modules, and then I've created one class with the name of trip plan form, and over here I have a form. You see over here. This will store the travel data, travel period. So this is the form. And when we'll submit this form, this function will work, right? So what is the function over here? When you'll submit the form, what will happen? This will be done, right? I'll explain you one by one like what is written over here, but right now I'm just telling you that domain.yml file have one trip plan form, and that form is present in over here. And when person will submit that form, then this will be the action, what will happen at this particular button click, right? So now what we want is that in domain.yml5 we have slots. We want to get the data of these slots in our action.py file, then only we can store that data, right? So this is how you can get the data. See, these are the different slots which we have over here. We are calling those floats over here, and then we are saying over here, when person will submit it, what will happen? Okay, what will happen? See over here, dispatcher. Dispatcher simply means dispatcher. See, there are two things in action.py file. One is tracker and other one is dispatcher. The task of tracker is, see, in the very starting we have used tracker. See, the task of tracker is to fetch the data from user, and the task of dispatcher is to show the data, to show the output on screen, right? So over here what we are saying is, when user will submit all the details, then this should be the message which user will get: thank you so much for showing interest in travel with us, right? And after that I have one another line. See, this is the important line. Let me explain you this. See what I've written over here, insert underscore data. Now what is this insert underscore data? Now I'll explain you. This insert underscore data is a function which I have created in a separate file. I have one file with the name of db underscore sqlite.py. This is a separate file. In this file I have done the task which is related to database, right? And let me explain you this file first of all. See, as I've just told you which database I'm using, SQLite. So I've imported this SQLite over here, and then I've created a function with the name of insert data. Remember, this function I'm calling over here. Let me explain you this function first of all. See, this function, and I'm saying while creating this function I'm passing these arguments, means these are the required arguments, these are the different variables, parameters which we need while calling this function. What are these parameters? These are the different form columns, right? So when you want to insert data in your database, so we need all these information, so that's why these are the important parameters. And the very first thing which we do whenever we use any database is to make connection. So I am making a connection by this line, and demo.db is a database which I have created. See, if you don't have this database, then what you can do, when you'll execute this command, the database will get created automatically. And if you already have a database, then it will not create, obviously, then it will make a connection. And if you don't have database with this name, when you'll execute this command, database with this name will get created. After that, we are creating a cursor object, right? Once you created a cursor object, this is the query which you need to execute when you want to create a table. See, if you want to store data in a table, then you need to create a table first. So I'm creating a table with the name of D2, and these are the different columns I want to have: travel date, travel period, and trip type, adult, child, budget, email, phone number. So these are the different columns I want to have in my data table, and these are the related data types. And once table get created, we can insert data into that table. So insert into D2. What is D2? D2 is a column which D2 is a table which we have created, and that table have these columns, and in these columns I want to store data. Which data you want to store? The data which is present in the slots, and these are the different slots name, right? And these are the placeholders, means if you are using SQLite, then this is the syntax to execute insert query. Insert into table name, then the columns, different column name of the tables, and then you'll put a placeholders. Placeholder means how many placeholder you want. It depends upon the number of different columns, and then you'll give the slots name. These are the different slots name. This will store your data into a database, and then we are committing it. Committing means we are changing, saving the changes permanently, and then we are closing the connection. So this is the code for whenever you want to store data in a database. I have executed this code in a function with the name of insert date, and the file name is db underscore sqlite.py. Now what we will be doing, so let's go in action.py file. The very first thing which you need to understand is what I'm writing over here from db underscore sqlite.
db underscore SQLite is the file name. From this file name, I want to import this function. So this is what I've done over here. From db underscore SQLite, import insert data. Now insert underscore data is a function where we have created database and then we have created table and then we have inserted the data. Now I'll call this function over here while submitting. When person will submit the form, and this is the message which user will see on the screen, and after that I'm running a function insert data, and what data, from where we are getting data into it. See, tracker dot get slot, as I've just told you that action.py file have two important things, tracker and dispatcher. Tracker is responsible to get data from user. So tracker dot get slot means tracker have a function with the name of get slot. It will one by one, I'm getting the data of every slot. So these are the different slots we have. So one by one, I'm getting data of all the different slots and we are passing that data to insert data function. And now insert data function will insert that data into this D2 table. And this is the database. This is the SQLite Studio. See, if you don't have SQLite on your PC, then you need to install this SQLite Studio, and then you need to install this SQLite package by using pip install SQLite. Then you can access it. So this is the data we have stored in our database. So see, this is how this chatbot works. This is how you can store data in a database. So see, if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be updating new videos.